My only company.
Blood off my hands, the judgment coming fast, too much blood on his lane. The second exodus is about to happen, ain't plain. He's sending out the winds, on this rock we gon' stand. We gon' trust the son of lane. This the final hour, was disconnected from the source, we done found the power. Messiah built the church back, gotta trust the founder. The carpenter, got the father with him, ain't no stopping you. Protected by the winds if you got his heart with you. Stand on the narrow, the father gon' provide, y'all his eyes on the sparrow. Never seen the righteous get forsaken, not at all. The devil trying to take us cause he know he about to fall. Hey, Michael standing up in his hour, keep the laws. We gon' blow the trumpet, we ain't go to war with all. Messiah made a way, he laid it down for all flaws. We got the father with his eye, stand tall. Protecting these commands, they at war with him. The dragon man cause the remnant about to score with him.
Shalawam, Shalawam, worthy is the Lamb, our brother Hamashiach YAHAWASHI. Let's give all praises be to our Father Yahawah. Once again, let's give all praises be to our Father Yahawah. Kahallah Yahawah, BAHA SHAM Hamashiach YAHAWASHI. To our brother Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, we say thank you for everything you do, being our big brother, our mediator. Words can't even express. Shalawam to all the Malaks out there, all the Ahchwaths out there. If you have clicked on, thank you so much for clicking on, tuning in. We got a good one here for you today. Make sure to hit the like button for me. Subscribe, share, comment. You know me, as always, I like to dive right into the scriptures. I want to hold you. I like to start off with that rewards of the wisdom in Proverbs chapter 3. My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them upon thy neck, write them upon the table of thy heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of Allah and man. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Why not? Because our own understanding will have us in total disarray, because in Jeremiah 17:9 it says that the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? So trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. And verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And now we can just go ahead and dive into the scriptures and go into the lesson. The lesson is like confusion. It's a lot of confusion out here in this world, especially if you live in North and South America. I'm not sure about the people that are tuning in that are on the other side of the world, but if you live in Northern America or South America, it's a lot of confusion within our people and just within the country itself. So we're going to read a few things in the Bible and see if we can get some understanding of all of this confusion that's going on in the world. So let's start off with the book of Revelations. And it says, Babylon has fallen, or is fallen. And after these things I saw another Malak come down from the Shemayim, having great power, and the earth was lightning with his glory, Salakia. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. They made a movie about this. And it's become the habitation of devils. So wherever this place Babylon is, it's inhabiting a lot of devils. And the hold of every foul spirit. So wherever this place is, Babylon, not only do all of the devils hang out there, or that's where they are, it holds every foul spirit too. And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So it's a lot of evil in this place of Babylon. A lot of evil in this place, which is called Babylon. Verse 3, 18 and 3. For all the nations, for all of the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications. So when it says all nations, it means all people. Let me show you that. The Greek 1484.
Strong's G 1484.
And we see it's used right here 93 times for Gentiles, 64 times for nation, 5 times for heathen, and 2 times for people. So it's generic. You can use it for people, heathen, nation, or Gentiles, right? A human family, a tribe, a nation, a people, a group. And we see here Gentiles. So we know clearly it's talking about people, okay? For all people or all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth. So the kings of the earth, not just in Babylon, but the kings of the whole earth have committed fornication with her, meaning they have slept with her. They have laid down with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich. So when you see these people, these princes or these Dubai kings and all of these other people in Europe and getting crowned and things like that. And the reason why the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts and all of these different names, Johnson and Johnson, all of these people that you see that are waxing rich, filthy rich, right? These are what you would call merchants. Why? Because they sell everything that we consume, all the way down to the drawers that you have on, the soap that you buy, the food that you buy, the home that you have, the car that you have, the insurance that you buy, the dye you use for your hair that you shouldn't be using, right? The clippers that you want to cut your hair with that you shouldn't be cutting your hair. All of these things, they are waxing rich in abundance of her delicacies, right? And I heard another voice from the Shemayim saying, come out of her, my people. I'm going to highlight that. Come out of her, my people, that she be not partakers of her sins. So in Babylon, they are committing sins. And he said, this is another voice other than the Malak that was speaking. He said, I heard another voice from the Shemayim for heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers. So we cannot partake whatever's going on in Babylon. Whatever's happening in Babylon, what we just read in verse 3 and 2 and all of that, you can't commit fornication, right? You can't be a part of this. This other voice is telling you not to be a partaker of her sins. What is sins? 1 John 3 and 4, the transgression of the law. That's what sin is. And that ye receive not of her plagues. What are plagues? Well, COVID-19 was a plague, right? All of this sickness that's on AIDS is a plague. All of these different sicknesses that are on the earth. What was that? The monkey thing or something they had a little while ago. All of these different viruses and things that are on the earth are plagues that are sent by the Most High. And then it says in verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, or unto the Shemayim, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. He has remembered her sins. Reward her. So she's going to get a reward. Who? Babylon. Babylon is going to get a reward. And double unto her, double according to her works. So she's going to get a double portion of her reward of her works. Well, we know she did evil because it's telling us to come out from among her. In the cup which she have filled to her double, how much she have glorified herself and live delicately, so much torment. See, she's going to be tormented. There it is right there. You can see it on the screen. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen. I sit as a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So she's basically boasting that she's not going to go through anything. She says she's not a widow, and she's not going to go through any sorrow, no sadness. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death. This is the Most High saying this, or this other voice. Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh Allah, who judgeth her. So it's telling you how Babylon is going to be taken down in one day. In one day. And then it goes on to say lament for Babylon, right? So we speaking about Babylon in this place that is telling us to come out of her. My people. Notice it says, my people, that ye be not partakers. So he's telling a particular people to come out of her, that you don't partake in her sins. So who is his people? First, let's deal with this word Babylon, right? Let's go to Genesis 11, and I'm going to start at verse 5. If you haven't read Genesis 11, please go back and read it. Universal language, Babel, confusion. And it says right here in verse 1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. So at a period of time in this earth, in this world, everybody that was on this earth, in this world, spoke one language. They spoke one language. The reason why we have so many different languages now, the Bible is going to let us know, right? So I'm going to jump down to verse 5. Actually, I'll start at 4. So this group of people that was with this one language, and it says, and they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto the Shemayim, or heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And Yahweh came down to see this city, or to see the city, and the tower, which the children of man builded. So Yahweh came down to see this city, or this tower that these people were building on the earth. Verse 6, and Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. So clearly, we know that it was one language in the world, or on earth. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. So the Most High said all these people together, and they have one language. They can all talk and deal with each other, and they know how to deal with each other and use everybody, their mindset. It said nothing will be restrained from them, meaning they can possibly accomplish all of the things that they want to accomplish, whatever it is that they're trying to do. Verse 7 says, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So in Genesis 11, verse 7, this is where all different languages come from, whether it be the Asian man that speaks Chinese or Japanese or Sudanese, or the Indian man who speaks his language, the Hispanic man who speaks his conqueror language, which is the Spaniards, us as Hebrew Israelites who are speaking English right now when we didn't used to speak English. All of these different languages come from the Most High and confounding their language, meaning he confused the language. So Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the whole earth, and they left off to build the city. So they stopped building that city or that tower that they was going to build, because now everybody's languages is mixed up. So of course everybody can't really understand what everybody is saying, and you gotta kind of go and find the people that speak the same language as you. Verse 9, therefore is the name of it called Babel, because Yahweh did there confound the language of the whole earth. And from thence did Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Right? So let's click on this word real quick. Babel. Right? Remember we was talking about Babylon. Well, look at here there. Well, look at that. Babylon. So this is the same word. It's the Hebrew.
Strong's H894. Bavel. Bavel.
Babel. Babel. Right? So anyway, you can see it's used 257 times right here for Babylon, Babylonian 3 times, and Babel twice. Babel or Babylon. What we read in Revelations right here, Babylon has fallen. And this is not talking about the one in Genesis. So it's another place that's called Babylon, right? And it means confusion by mixing. That's what the word Babylon means. So like I said, it's a lot of confusion here in America, South America, North America. It's a lot of confusion. Why is it a lot of confusion? Well, when we read the Bible, clearly it tells us that that place is called what? Babel or Babylon, because it's a lot of confusion here. It's a lot of confusion. That's why so many things are going on in America that really don't go on in other parts of the world. Now, I'm not saying there's other parts of the world that are not in confusion, but not like here. There are things that you can do here. Pretty much you can do whatever you want to do here, as long as you want to be evil. But if you want to do something righteous and live righteous, then that's where the problem comes in at, right? So clearly we see that Babel or Babylon is confusion by mixing. By mixing. So we know, therefore is the name of it called Babel, which is Babylon, because there Yahweh did confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So the Most High Yahweh did this on purpose, so he don't want all people together as people claim the Bible wants it to be, because if that's the case, he would have left them all together right here speaking one language. But he came down and confused their language and scattered them because he didn't want them all together. So that's contrary to what people are teaching this very day right now. We're all together. The Most High loves everybody. He wants us all to. That's not true, because right here in Genesis, it lets you know that he came down and mixed their language up. And then he scattered them because he didn't want that. He did not want that. Anyway, let me move on. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. I'm going to go start at verse 14. When we read there in Revelations, when it said, come out from among them so you don't be partakers of their sin, this is what the whole New Testament is about. When people say they believe in the New Testament, this is what Paul is writing about in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. Meaning you shouldn't be with unbelievers. Unless you trying to teach them and show them the rope, show them the way, guide them, strengthen them, give them the gospel. Why else would you be just hanging out with unbelievers? It says, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness? So if you light, then you shouldn't be hanging out with darkness. Or if you darkness, you shouldn't be hanging out with light. Either or. Make a decision. And what concord have Hamashiach basically with Babel or Belial, right? Which is another name for Hasatan. I'm going to show you this.
Strong's G 955. Belial.
Belial.
Belial. Thayer's Lexicon, second entry. Beliar. Beliar.
Which is worthless or wicked. A name of Satan. Okay? A name of Satan. Right? It has Hebrew origin. And it's basically worthless, good for nothing, unprofitable, wicked, ruin, destruction. And we can go on and on and on, but you get the idea, okay? And that's what it's talking about right here. Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel? Verse 16. And what agreement have the temple of Allah with idols? For ye are the temple of the living Allah. As Allah hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Once again, we seen this earlier. My people. He always makes that very clear within the Bible. My people. They will be my people, because he's going to walk with them. Verse 17. Wherefore, here it is again, what we read earlier in Revelation. Come out from among them. Right? It's still right here in Revelations. I got it pulled up. Let me see. Right here. Revelations 18 and verse 4. And it says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So the same thing right here. Come out from among them. Who? The unbelievers, the sinners, the world, the things out there. Come out from among them and be ye separate. You have to be separate, set apart. Quadash, a saint, saith Yahawah. Who said this? Yahawah said it. And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. You can't touch the unclean things in this world. Let me get another one right here. Before we're going to jump back to that, let me just get another one. Leviticus. This is my go-to, my classic. Leviticus 10. Leviticus 10 and 10. And that she put a difference between Quadash or holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean. You have to put a difference. You have to make a difference. There has to be a difference there. The person that's clean can't look like the person that's unclean. You can't use the same language. You can't talk the same. You can't walk the same. You can't act the same. It has to be a difference. I didn't write this, okay? Don't be mad at me. This was written before I was born. Thousands of years. 4-something, 5-something thousands of years before I was even born. It says in Leviticus 10 and 10, and that ye may put a difference between Quadash and unquadash, or unholy, and between unclean and clean, and that ye may teach the children. So you have an obligation to teach the children of Israel all the statutes which Yahawah have spoken unto them by the hand of Moses. That is your obligation. Leviticus 19, verse 1. And Yahawah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto all the congregation. No, some of it, a little bit of it. No, all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be Quadash, or holy, which means to be. Let me click on this just in case you don't know what the word holy means. What we reading here in 2 Corinthians, right? We're going to see what Paul is saying, right?
Strong's H 6918. Kadosh. Kadosh.
So right,
Second entry.
Salakia.
Kadosh. Kadosh.
So this is what I'm saying. Holy. It says saint, a holy one, right? And then right here it says saint, set apart. Set apart. You have to be a set apart one. That's what a saint is. So when it's saying this in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17, and it says, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, it's telling you to be holy, set apart. That's what Paul is saying. Saith Yahawah, and touch not the unclean thing. You can't touch the unclean thing. Whatever is unclean to the Most High, you cannot touch it. Okay? Pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. Okay? Anything that's unclean, you can't touch or partake in it. You just can't. Verse 18. And he says right here in verse 18, and will be a father unto you. The Most High Yahweh will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Shaddai Allah, or in English, Yahweh Almighty. Okay? To let you know who is saying this. It's the Father speaking here, letting it be known that he will be a father to you. I just wanted you to know in Leviticus, it says, speak unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, ye shall be holy, or Kodash, for I, Yahweh, your Allah, or your power, am holy, or Kodash. So he is our power, and he is Kodash, and he commands us to be Kodash. So if you're not in the fight, please get in the fight. Okay? Fight the good fight and get in this fight. Where am I getting that from? Let me get it for you. Let me see if I got my memory still good. You know, Paul wrote almost the whole New Testament. So you know, here it is right here. 1 Timothy 6 and 12, and it says, fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on the eternal life whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. So this is what I'm saying. If you're not in the fight, then get in the fight. Okay? Because it is a fight. Get in this fight and fight the good fight. Lay hold of eternal life. Okay? I give thee charge in the sight of the Most High, who quicken, who means who give life all things, and before Hamashiach Yahawashi, who before Pontius Pilate went to witness a good confession, that thou what? Keep this commandment without spot, unrebukable, until the appearing of our Master Yahawashi Hamashiach. All praises be to the Father, to the Abanawi Yahawah Kahala Yahawah Bashama Mashiach Yahushai. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Let me get a few more, and I'm gonna get ready to close out. Where was I at? In 2 Corinthians, that was it, right? Okay. Let me get a few more, and like I said, I'm gonna get ready to close out. But I mean, we gotta come out from among this stuff, you know, and it's hard. I know it's hard. You know, you in this world and everything, but like James said, all that's in the world is the lust of the eyes and the lust of the flesh. So we gotta fight that thing off. That's why I say you in a fight, and you gotta train to be in a fight. You know, a fighter just don't go jump in the ring and he ain't trained, he ain't knowledgeable, he don't know, he haven't trained for his opponent. Who is our opponent? This evil. So we gotta train the mind with the word So we can be, that's what Paul was talking about, put on the whole armor so we can fight the good fight, right? John verse 4:22. Ye worship. So a lot of people worship what they don't know. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in Rakah, or in spirit and in truth. So we worship the Father in spirit and in truth. And everybody that watch this channel, you already know what truth is. Let me get it. You know, I always gotta pull it up just in case, right? We're gonna go right to it. He said you worship him in spirit and in truth. And it says right here in Psalms 119, 142, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is truth. Thy law is truth. So right here, he say you worship what? But the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. So if you want to worship him in spirit and in truth, then you should be keeping the law. Because thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is true. There it is there. So when it says come out from among them, that you don't be partakers in their sin, well, you wouldn't be in there if you was listening to what the cry was, because he said you're going to worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seek such to worship him. The Most High is a spirit, or a Rakah, and they that worship him must worship him in the Rakah, or in the spirit and in the truth. Meaning you have to worship him in the spirit and within the law, which is the truth, right? I just wanted to bring that out. I just wanted you to see that. Let's jump to Ephesians chapter 5. Be ye therefore followers of the Most High as dear children, and walk in love as Hamashiach also walked in love, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication, listen, but fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becoming saints. Paul is talking about you are becoming a set apart one, putting the difference between clean and unclean. Paul is talking about here what Revelation says, come out from among her, right? This is why he said, let it not be named among you the unclean or covetousness, right? Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor gesturing, which are not convenient, but rather give thanks. Salakia, but rather giving of thanks. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, have any inheritance in the kingdom of Hamashiach and of the Most High Yahweh. Let no man deceive you. They can tell you whatever they want to tell you under the sun. The scripture is letting you know right here, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of what? Disobedience. You're being disobedient because he said, come out from among them. Don't be partakers of their sins. But yet you're not listening. You want to do what you want to do. You're not in the fight. If you was in the fight, I could say, okay, you putting up the fight. And like Paul said, fight the good fight. But you ain't even fighting. You ain't even training. Verse 7. And what it say right here? Be not ye therefore partakers with who? Them. For ye were sometimes darkness. We was all in darkness at some point in time in our life. We just wasn't fortunate to be raised in the truth. Some are at this point in time. All praises to be to the Most High Yahweh, that some of our children are raised in the Most High as soon as they come out the womb. All praises be for that. But a lot of us wasn't. So this is why he's saying, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Most High. Walk as children of the light. For the fruit of the Rakah or spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. It says truth. Remember, the truth is what? The law. Proving what is acceptable unto Yahweh. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For is it a shame, Salakia, for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepeth. If you're asleep, I'm shaking you. Right now, we shaking you. Wake up. Wake up and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly. If I'm pronouncing that right, I think I am. Not as fools, but as wise, redeeming. This is my favorite part right here. Redeeming the time. You're using the time that the Most High has given you now for light instead of darkness. You spreaded enough darkness and evil and wickedness and whoremongery and drunkenness and lies and all kind of debauchery, all kind of evil you have did. Now you can redeem the time and do some light. Get in the fight and fight the good fight. Because the days are evil. I didn't say this. Everybody loved Paul. Paul wrote this almost 2,300 years ago. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Every day is evil. There's not a day that goes by that people are not committing sin, that the day is not evil. Soon as you wake up, you commit sin. As soon as you open your eyes, the very first thought that you have in your mind is sinful. You might say, well, how do you know that? How can you say that? Most people, the first thing they do when they the first thing they do when they wake up, if they have one, is grab their phone or turn on the TV. And it ain't nothing on your phone and it ain't nothing on that TV that's righteousness unless you listening to the word of the Most High. Are you pulling up the Bible app to read the word of the Most High? Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what is the will of Yahweh. Let me read that one more time. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh is. And I want you to remember all that. That's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 1 to verse 17. Let me get one more and I'll close out with this one. Remember, come out from among her. Who? Babylon. Who is Babylon? We already said it's all on the western side of the world. I won't even just say America. It's America and South America. All of it's going to be destroyed because it's all type of filth, evil, wickedness, everything that you can think of, sorcery, all kind of unclean stuff people are doing. Let me get this last scripture. I could keep talking. Proverbs 8, and I'm gonna close out with this one. Like I say, these things we just need to turn from and get ourselves together and get some understanding. And, you know, like I say, come out from among her. Proverbs 8, and I'm going to start at verse 5. Don't be like these people. O ye simple. Don't be a simple-minded one. Understand wisdom. And ye fools, be ye of understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things. And the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth. Truth is what? The law. And wickedness is an abomination to my lips. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instructions, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and in all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell in prudence, and find out knowledge of the witty inventions. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil. So if you fear Yahweh, you will hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. Remember, Yahweh hates evil and pride. So he has given us instruction. He has said, come out from among them. Don't be partakers. And that's the message. Babylon has fallen. It's confusion completely in America, especially right now. I mean, the president is stepping down. He's not running. Now they trying to give Kamala or Carmela, whatever that woman name is, the ex-president, they tried to assassinate. I mean, it's just all kind of foolishness. They giving money away to all of the wars. It's just so much inflation. The thing with COVID. I mean, it's just, man. Come out from among them. Don't be partakers, right? Listen to the word of the Most High. Hopefully this was edifying. We give all praises to our Abanawa Yahawah, called Halal Yahawah, BAHA, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. Shalawam to all the Malaks out there, all the Ahchwaths out there. With that, we're going to say Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala, Shalawam.
We done heard him knocking. Birdie in the label. Ain't no better time, surrender all right now.